Sapling troops, Struxn here today bringing you a brand new video, and today I've got a 2 vs 2 game battles match on MWR for you to watch. Playing with Dylan, playing against a 3-win 0-loss team, and you're going to see me change up the Call of Duties I'm using in my video in the next few weeks, just to kind of keep the content fresh since World War II is over and that. But today's video is going to be about the first ever fight I got into in my life, and this would have been when I was about 10 or 11 years old, okay? So picture this, it's midsummer, right, really nice day, me, my dad and my sister, we end up going to this place called Wynn Park in Inverness. It's kind of one of those places that families go for picnics, you know, it's lots of slides and swings and stuff, you know, there's a duck pond where you can go out rowing in it and get ice cream, you know, just one of those places you go on nice days. So my dad's decided midday he's going to go for a wee nap under the tree, you know, in the shade, just to stay cool and that, and I'm going to look after my sister who's only about 2 or 3 at this time, right? So I'm taking her around all the climbing frames and stuff, and we go on one of the big climbing frames. But at this point, it's getting quite busy, you know, all the kids are here because it's a really nice day, and it's everyone's kind of pushing in front of each other, trying to get, you know, like, trying to be first to go down the slide and stuff, you know, they're not waiting in queues and that. But there was a group of 3 boys stood behind me and my sister as I'm helping her up this wee rope ladder. You got to go up these wee rope ladders to get to different platforms, to get to the very top to go down the slide, if you can picture it, right? So the 3 boys stood behind us and they're kind of just laughing and giggling away to each other, right? Talking, I can't really hear what they're saying, but didn't think anything of it. So as I'm helping my sister up this wee rope ladder, okay, one of the boys turns and says, "Oi, is that your girlfriend?" kind of thing. And you know, when you're that age, you're like, no, obviously, because I was like, no, that's my sister, you know, but I didn't really think anything of it, but they went back to laughing and giggling at each other, right? So my sister's at the top of this first wee platform that she has to go up to get to the top of this slide, and I start to go on it. One of the biggest boy out of the 3 grabs my shoulder and says, "Oi, I'm going next." I said, "No, you're not. I'm staying with my sister, right?" So I kind of took his hand off my shoulder and I climbed up, right? They didn't really say anything, and anyway, so on the second top platform, the 3 boys climb up behind us as I'm helping up my sister up the final wee platform bit, right? And one of the boys grabs my shirt and he says, "Oi, did you not hear me? I'm going next." And so I kind of flick my hand back to get his hand off my shirt and said, "No, I'm staying with my sister, you know." And so after I'd done that, I kind of had a feeling that something was going to happen, so I ended up actually just pushing my sister, you know, just to get up to the top of the thing, right? But as I was doing that, one of the other boys decides to shoulder barge in front of me, you know, tries to cut ahead of me and start climbing up this thing whilst my sister's still on the rope ladder. But I didn't want her to fall off, you know, because he kind of went in quite rough, you know. I didn't want her to fall off, so I grabbed him like by his shirt and I kind of pulled him right the way back, and he stumbled back a few steps after I'd done that into his pal, and he kind of went against the safety fence, right? And as soon as I'd done that, one of the bigger boy, the first one that grabbed us, ended up hitting me, right? But if you can imagine a hit, like if you're gonna you know, you're gonna thump your fist on the desk or something, if you're angry at something, you know, you clench it, you put your fist at the bottom, like the bottom of your hand kind of thing, if you know what I mean, you thump it against the desk or a table or something. He done that on top of my head, right? And immediately when I done that, I went to swing at him, and this is the worst attempted punch I've ever gone for in my life, right? I hit his forehead, but I hit it with like the palm of my hand, like the bottom of the palm, almost like, you know, almost kind of pushed him in the head, if you can imagine that. So that happened, and at this point my sister's at the top. His pals kind of turn around to look at him as he's kind of gone back a wee bit as well, and I started climbing up the final wee sort of ladder bit, right? And I'm shouting at my sister, go down the slide, right? Trying to get her to go down quick. And then one of the other boys ends up grabbing my foot, okay? And as I'm halfway up this ladder, so I kicked the foot that he's grabbed, and I ended up actually catching him in the face, okay? So I hit him in the face, and he goes back, and his other pal comes along, and he almost hits my leg, right? He kind of thumps my leg, right? And I kind of swing my leg back a wee bit just to get off. I didn't actually manage to hit him or anything. I just kind of swung it just to kind of, you know, keep him away a wee bit. And I got to the top of this wee rope ladder, right? From the top, as the other boy tried to grab me, and he tried to grab me one time, right? And I turned around and I threw, like, I actually punched this time, and I actually clipped him. I think I might have got the side of his head, like his cheek or something, like. And after that, I just turned around and I just went straight down the slide after my sister, right, who was already at the bottom. And as I was like halfway down this big slide, this tunnel slide, I could hear another boy starting to slide down as well, coming after me. So as soon as I got to the bottom, right, I had to pick my sister up because she almost like fell out the slide because she was only little. She was too thingy to be on that. Anyway, so I pointed at where Dad was. You could see him in the distance, and I sent her running over towards him. Okay, the boy by that time had got to the bottom of the slide and grabbed me, and we're kind of like just tossing on the ground, just kind of pushing each other, not actually swinging, just sort of wrestling. And I ended up kind of swinging him, not swinging him, but kind of dragging him to the ground, if you like, sideways across my body, and I ended up falling on top of him, and I could have probably hit him, but I ended up just not hitting him. I don't know why. We just ended up lying on top of each other. I just kept pushing him into the ground, and then he let go for whatever reason, and I let go, and I started running because I heard the other two boys coming down the slide as well, and so I ran over to my dad. And I seen the other boy come out, and his dad had seen the whole thing, and he come running over, or one of the boys' dads, whoever was looking after them. And the boy was bleeding from his mouth and all this sort of stuff, the boy that I kicked. And the guy's like, oh, the dad came up and said, oh, there's no need for that, basically. And my dad went over and spoke to the dad. Well, he had to go over to the ice cream van to get napkins and all that to clean his boy up. But anyway, so yeah, that was the first fight I was ever in, guys. If you enjoyed that story, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And I will see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Ciao, ciao.